Hey there, I'm Dr. Jennifer Jumas, licensed psychologist and founder of Creative Solutions Behavioral Health. In today's video, I'm discussing how you can find a new normal after receiving a major medical diagnosis, especially if it's a chronic illness that will impact your life over several weeks, months, or even years. When you're diagnosed with a chronic illness, almost every aspect of your life seems to be affected. Many adjustments must be made, and it will take some time to develop your sense of a new normal. That doesn't mean that your quality of life has to be less than it was before, but it definitely will be different, and this is often not an easy shift to make. A big part of developing a new normal is accepting that, yes, you have an illness, but that it needn't keep you from living a fulfilling life. So how can you create your best life for yourself while coping with a chronic illness? Let's look at a few tips that you can put into place. The first thing is to allow yourself to grieve. Every new beginning requires something else to end. As you work to redefine your new normal, it absolutely means grieving what has changed. Whether this is a small change or a significant one, you deserve to honor your grief reaction. You may feel sad, angry, resentful, lonely, and have a variety of reactions. Your grief can get re-triggered each time you bump up against another part of your life that must be adjusted due to your illness or flare-up. A part of you will likely keep remembering what it used to be like when you had more energy or less limitations. If you try to stuff these feelings down and put on a brave face, you will make things harder for yourself in the long run. Second, don't blame yourself for your illness or your flare-up. In an effort to understand how or why they're ill, many people with chronic illnesses end up blaming themselves unfairly. They feel as though they could have done more to prevent it or that they're not doing enough to fight it. But you won't be able to invest in a new normal if you're trapped blaming yourself. Illnesses occur for a variety of reasons and you didn't cause it. Blaming yourself or holding on to guilt will only cause you to be more stressed. And when that happens, it can exacerbate some of your symptoms, making you feel even worse. Think about if someone you love had the same illness you do. How would you treat them? Chances are you would be patient and compassionate. So make sure you're doing the same thing for yourself. My third tip is to remember that you are not your illness. Certainly things change when you have a chronic illness, but it's important to separate your life, identity, and sense of worth from your illness. Your illness doesn't define the sum total of who you are. It's simply one part of you. By focusing on everything else in your life that hasn't changed, you're giving less power to the illness itself, which can make you feel stronger and more motivated to keep living the life you want to. Next is the importance of managing your expectations. There's nothing worse than getting your hopes up for something only to be let down. In terms of having a chronic illness, that could mean trying a new treatment that didn't work out the way you expected, or wanting to do something that your illness has now limited. Unexpected flare-ups can mean having to adjust or cancel plans last minute that you had really looked forward to. Managing your expectations is hugely important when you have a chronic illness, because setbacks will happen. You won't always be able to achieve the things you want to. The best thing you can do is to gently remind yourself to have different expectations for here and now. You have different energy levels, stamina, finances, and priorities now. If you can adjust your expectations to accurately reflect your present situation and resources, you will be less disappointed in the long run. My last tip is to find a good support system. Having a chronic illness can feel very lonely and isolating. Perhaps the best thing you can do to cope with a chronic illness is to surround yourself with people who truly support you. Family members and friends can help to lift you up when you're feeling overwhelmed about your illness. They can also help you to do things that your illness might practically be preventing you from doing, and so this can help your quality of life not have to change so dramatically. You're bound to have different moods throughout the phases of your illness as you try to develop a new sense of normal. It's okay to let the people in your life be there for you in order to support you throughout those phases. If you don't have family members or friends who are able to do this for you, seeking out the help of a support group or a therapist can make a big difference. I hope you have found this information to be helpful. Check below for a transcript of this video and other links that you may find helpful. Until next time, be well.